Good morning and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you how to overcome yourself. But first, this. What are you going to do today? Are you going to do the same thing today you did yesterday and expect a different result? Change what you think, change what you do, and tomorrow will be different from today. You know why it's so simple for me? Because I have a lot of experience. You can only change your tomorrows by changing yourself today. All right, here we are, and let's go with how to overcome yourself. Did you like and subscribe? Do it now. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We have a video coming out every day. Okay, how do you overcome yourself? Very difficult, because everything that happens to you emanates from within, from yourself. I know we want to blame things on the outside, people, places, things, situations, the weather. And you say, Mark, how can I have any control over the weather? Well, actually, you don't have any control over the weather, but you do have control over your reaction and your moods toward it. And your moods will determine what comes in to your life. How do you change your moods? Well, the way that I find that works very well is affirmations that are completely opposite of the way you're feeling or completely opposite of what you don't want to happen. Before you can know what you do want, many times we have to write down what we don't want. It's very easy for us to focus on the negative and what we don't want in life. But the problem is most people never get past that. They think about what they don't want, they complain about what they don't want, and guess what they get? More and more of what they don't want. Have I done it? Yep, sure have. Actually, yesterday was a challenging day because I had to clean out my basement, and I hate it. It's such a mess. With the 6 kids, well, 5 here now. Anyway, it was like I couldn't stop myself from complaining. But I was making jokes about myself to my boys about it. So, I'm not perfect, but the deal is when you can at least recognize what you're doing, you have a chance to change it. I don't complain near as much as I used to, so progress, not perfection. So whatever your issue is, whatever you're having difficulty with, you can change it. It's not going to happen overnight. I mean, it can, but usually it doesn't. But if you work at it steadily and recognize what it is first, and continue to affirm the opposite of the way you are that you don't like, and affirm that you are the person that you want to be, and believe that it will come to pass, I'll guarantee you, in due time, it will come to pass. You will become the person you want to be. We all struggle with things. Everyone has character defects, if you like. Some people call them sins. The word sin means to miss the mark. It comes from I think an Anglo-Saxon term in archery, which means to miss the mark, which may be the bullseye. So, we're all sinners, right? Yes, I agree. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to miss the mark. But it doesn't mean you're an evil, bad person, okay? We all need to be saved from ourselves at times. I know I do. And we can only do it through the power of prayer, affirmations, repetition. If you don't like the word prayer because you're not a religious person, prayer is just an affirmation. It's a belief, it's a reinforcement of a belief of what you desire, what you believe to happen. It's not begging or supplicating to some far-off God with white hair who's going to decide if he wants to favor you or if he's going to punish you just for fun. I don't believe that's the way it works. If that works for you, that's great. I'm not going to try to change your beliefs. But if you try what I tell you and just see how it works. But you have to be persistent. You cannot say an affirmation for one day or 1 week or even 1 month and expect to see any variation in your world. You have to be persistent with this. The same as if you go to a gym. I say this all the time. You wouldn't go to a weightlifting gym and expect to see results in 1 day or 1 week. You may start to see results in a month. And it's the same way with affirmations and visualization. It takes time. But if you persist, eventually you will start to see things transpiring and changing in your outer world towards what you want to become or what you desire to have in your life. Little clues, little indications. These were always there, but you weren't moving in the direction because you weren't taking any constructive action. Faith or belief is a very powerful thing, but faith without works is dead, and belief without action is dead. Your belief will be demonstrated by the actions you take when the opportunities arise for you to move towards what you want to be or what you want to have or what you want to do. But you have to get off your ass, get off the couch, get out from behind the computer screen or the phone screen and do something. It's going to require some courage. You got to face some fear, but fear is a destroyer. If there is a devil, it's fear and doubt, because that will keep you paralyzed, that will keep you constricted, that will deny the expansion that your spirit, your soul, your essence desires. And when you're expanding, you feel fulfilled. Have you ever had a time when you faced something that you really were afraid of, but you did it anyway? Do you remember the exhilaration that you got from that? The feeling of satisfaction you got? That's the way it is. We as humans need challenges. We need to face fears to feel full and abundant, to have a full and abundant life. And if you don't face fears, then you contract and you feel depressed. You feel like life isn't worth living. I've been there. I've been there more than once because I wasn't expanding. I allowed life to get the best of me. And sometimes it'll get to me a little bit even now these days. But I know what I have to do to get out of it, and I do. It's never going to be finished. Until your last breath, you're going to be wanting something else. And remember, everything you have today is something you wanted yesterday. So if you're not happy now, you're not going to be any happier when you get that $1 million, that 100 million, or that billion, or that house, or that yacht, or that girlfriend, ad infinitum. It never ends. So if you're not happy now, you won't be happy when you get this in the future, whatever this may be. Remember that. Now is the time. Now is the present moment. Present. It is a present. It is a gift. Here's what I want you to do. Before you come back here and watch me again, I want you to write down 10 things that you're grateful for. 10 things that you wanted yesterday, or the yesterdays before the yesterday, that you have today. Be grateful. Gratitude, appreciation is a magnet. It will draw other things into your life to be grateful for. In contrast, negativity, complaining will draw things into your life to complain and to be more negative about. The choice is yours, and that's where your free will comes into play. Nobody can force you to think positive. Nobody can force you to think negative. These are all choices made within your mind. The kingdom of heaven is within. The kingdom is within your mind. And guess who the king is there? It's you. You rule that kingdom. And whatever you allow to go on in your mind will eventually manifest itself in some form or another in your outer reality. So remember, think only good thoughts about everything and everybody. Look for the good in everything and everybody. Only think positive about everything and everybody. There's good in everything, but you have to look for it. The negative is always blatantly obvious. The positive, sometimes you have to search for. So search for that positive today, and it will improve your life in a way that you can't even imagine. Well, maybe you could. All right, I'm gonna go. If you'd like to get my help personally, marksinspiration.com, links in the description. And what else? Something else. If you'd like to donate, hit the PayPal button and share this video with a friend if you think it will be helpful to them. Take care.